Deb's here, midweek, a little bit later than usual, but I suppose that's relative. I really didn't feel the strong impulse that's like a cognitive, like brain says, "Oh, you should do this on Monday, you should do this on Tuesday." But it kind of all bubbled up today. What bubbled up, Debs? See, excited. What bubbled up was I've committed to doing a weekly, just quick preview of the major energetic weather that we're in. And I mean by that we are part of a really vast, doesn't even cover it, right? Um, we're in a network that is mainly invisible, and its nature is movement and data and change. It's a rapidly, consistently, eternally, at the moment, as far as we know, moving set of energy pulses. That's the best way I can. Beautiful, exciting, like a kaleidoscope, but rather like a kaleidoscope. It's shifting and changing, and we humans are doing our best to position ourselves within what feels so inconsistent. And in many, well, it is. The only consistency is that it keeps on happening. So Wednesday, today's Wednesday, it's the 14th of September, and we find ourselves at a very interesting moment. For those of you in England and Scotland and other parts of the Commonwealth who may or may not be interested or impacted by the passing of Queen Elizabeth II last week, what's interesting to me about today is that we have got a repetition of the Saturn-Uranus standoff that actually went exact 3 times last year, and it's there again today. I make notes and then I throw them somewhere where I can't see them. Now, it was exact 3 times in 2021, and what does this give us as an overall weather picture? Saturn, status quo to a degree, safety, consistency, structures, lessons, commitment, getting to the end of things. Saturn rules the end of the week, Saturn day, ends of bones. It limits things. Limitation isn't, of course, either good or bad, but certainly in the formation of something, limitation is necessary. It's a paradox, isn't it? Because in a sense, we've got the unlimited nature of this universe, and then it kind of limits itself, but that's where form gets created. So we've got Saturn, old father time, in a real tension, standoff, exact standoff on the stage with Uranus. Uranus is freedom. Uranus is brilliant ideas. Uranus is, let's do something different. Let's do something new. There's a restlessness about Uranian energy that, the finger of God. It's like animates you. You want to do something new. And it's coming to that apex point where we've got structures, and I'm just written down here, and personal freedom and progress. So structures live in your body, of course, and in your DNA. And Uranus is always beckoning us to stretch. And for many of us, we can see that if we look at the old structure of the royal family and how that is not just broken down, but now with Queen Elizabeth's passing, Charles is coming in, King Charles III is coming in with a progressive monarchy, very likely. Now, I wouldn't say I'm a monarchist or particularly a royalist. I'm sitting on the fence a bit, but what I did notice at the accession was our history has found something of a balance between parliamentary processes and a neutral figurehead. And that brings the ability for checks and balances. And that's what we need today, because you may be contemplating major life changes. Major doesn't mean by measured against anybody else's standards, right? It's major for you. It could be related to health, it could be related to a relationship, it could be related to career, getting in, getting out, whatever. It's major. and your need for stability coming from Saturn. So this week, and particularly today, I'm feeling it myself, you can feel very conflicted. And this, of course, there's nothing outside yourself. It looks like it, and it's a puzzle, but let's just drop the paradox and the philosophy for a moment. The fact is, what you're feeling is an internal limitation meeting like the pull that feels very compelling. And so when we get into that pull, we often start looking at stability. Oh, how much will it cost? What if I change? What will the future be like? How can I do this? And when there's this sort of in the central nervous system, you can start to behave erratically. You're going to possibly feel irritability. You're possibly going to feel you don't know which way to go today. So you need some kind of step back, because your nervous energy could be making you feel restless. The restlessness could make you act in a scattered and overwhelmed way, leading to more frustration with and just not getting any further forward. What I'm feeling is you don't need to get forward, right? You need to get grounded. Stability does not purely come from the external. In fact, I'm going to be bold and say it doesn't actually come from the external at all. Although it's very nice to have it, when you're ready, pictured out in the way that is right for you. Remembering that some forms of stability are also forms of incarceration, personal and global. Some forms of stability are just rigidity, conformity, and fear-based. So step back and just introspect. What are you feeling? Don't worry about, don't ask, what am I feeling what about the future? No. What are you feeling now? Name the emotions that are in flux. And you need to go to do this to comfort and ameliorate. What do I mean by that? I mean, your emotions cannot run the show, but they need space because they are an energetic flow. So you might need to go something to soothe those emotions. And then I would suggest you come back and contemplate what it is that you're feeling the need to change. Because there is a compulsion for us to be in change. Creating a strong platform for your future is vital. You don't want something that's going to crumble and break. So you're going to align your actions with your values rather than your actions with your fears and your emotions, because your emotions are not your values, okay? We've got Moon in Taurus, so Conchetta, I'm going to tag you and anybody else who's very Taurian. And then you've got, that's conjunct Uranus and in this hard aspect to Saturn. So we've got a conflict. We've got a conflict of feelings going on here, and unraveling those and then proceeding rather than making them the reason is the key for today and for the rest of the week. I'll do a coffee shop, hope on Saturday if I've got time. I'm speaking at Verve, fabulous festival in beautiful Tisbury. It's essentially a women's festival with all kinds of great stuff going on there. I'm doing a couple of spots. If you're around and you want to get down to Wiltshire in the UK, let me know. I have got one VIP pass for the first person who can actually commit to getting there. Everybody else gets to buy tickets, but it's low cost and it's fabulous value. Absolutely beautiful place. And I'll give you more details if you want them. So for now, let's just all take a breath together. Just touch your heart like I'm doing. You can't see that, but I am. Just pressurize it gently. I know we've got some comments. I'm going to come to those in a minute. And let's just feel a softening in the heart and a letting go of all the head stuff. However that works for you, I just want you to imagine your heart is breathing. And connect with my heart, and I'm connecting with yours. This is the field we need to be working in. This is a field that's going to nourish, nurture, inspire, and connect you. This is a field where all possibilities are limitless. I'm going to draw a card from the Transference Healing Animal Magic to just get a teaching for us, some support from the animal, magical, or mythical kingdoms that are so intrinsically wound up with our own life. And I've called in for the group Dryad. Tree magic. It's not surprising, really, with the need for us to ground, but Dryad brings through a lot more than that. And in its own way, that's enough, right? Dryad helps with the balancing of the hormonal system. That's no small thing. And contains this ancient memory. So to use Dryad magic, this is what I do. I find a tree that would like to connect, is open to connecting with me. I normally take a small gift, a tiny bit of crystal, a bit of chocolate, a flower, and approach this wise being with a question: will you connect with me? And if I feel an opening, then I get my roots down and literally start to let the tree show me what to do. Take your time over this. And then I raise my arms, so I'm now drawing in sun, starlight, cosmic energy. And in that closed, union with the tree, I don't think, I just feel. I imagine eons of tree knowledge that have been passed through that tree's lineage, how it pulls up memories and power from the earth, contains them in this beautiful, slowly expanding body that it has, and how it develops its canopy, which not only draws in light to perform its photosynthesis, but it is combining alchemically starlight, sunlight. And even though it doesn't move in the way we humans do, it's actually able to communicate. We know now so much more about the mycelium. And I have on occasion asked trees to help me with communication, maybe touching somebody else's heart. That might be relevant for some of you. But just offering myself into that moment of tree magic to rejuvenate and ground myself. Very practical advice, I would say, from the kingdoms that support us. So, Annette, oh, how lovely. Kate's there as well. Yeah, I know I'm torn between being random and spontaneous, Uranus, and setting a time, but no matter what time I set, it's going to be different everywhere in the world and with everybody's schedule. So I'm just here and now. So if you've got 5 minutes, Annette, go and get yourself and you, Kate, some Dryad magic. I'm going to do the same. It really calms my restlessness. And after a few moments, 4 or 5 minutes, that's all. I guarantee you're going to feel different and clarity will come. Don't ask for clarity now, just be there and let the tree and the land do their work and let your body do its work. Chant, sing, breathe. Breathing is best. Do some nice, slow nasal and throat breathing. If you can get your shoes off, bonus points. Okay, I'll see you at the weekend to see what came up for you, how you're responding to what I've been talking about in any way, positive, negative. I haven't got a clue what you're on about. Debs didn't touch me. It's all good. It's all good. Have a beautiful rest of your day. If you can figure out how to share these videos, that would be awesome because I need to do that more often. I love you. Bye-bye, Kate. Bye, Annette. And anybody else that's there whose name hasn't been mentioned, my heart feels you. Bye for now.